cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo estaré muy lejos de aquí. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche.
原来你这个电视拍啊，买一站暗房。我要正面对不对？
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice big looking around the room and being there at the entrance to see so many familiar faces. We see you, we welcome you back, you're part of our family, and we know that when it comes to cruising, there is so much choice out there, and you always come back time and time again. So thank you very much for choosing Princess, but most importantly, thank you for choosing our ship, the Regal Princess. And what do you think of her? Great stuff. Now, as you know, the more you cruise, the more benefits you get, and we like to welcome you back time and time again. This party is one way for us to reward you and say thank you, and we have a lovely lady here on board who is here to take care of your every need. She's also the co-host for our party, so please put your hands together as we welcome our Captain Circle hostess. It's the lovely Dawn.
Thank you very much, Sam. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the party, and of course welcome back to Princess, because you have all cruised with us many times before. Now, back in 2004, in the early part of my career with Princess, I was very fortunate to work on board the Caribbean Princess in her inaugural year, and she was at that time the biggest ship that had ever sailed the sea. She was carrying the most passengers that had ever been carried, and also the most Captain Circle members that had ever been carried. And I would come out at these parties and I would very proudly say that the Captain Circle program was the biggest loyalty program at sea, and that we had a worldwide membership of over 3 million members. And everybody would go, "Ooh, wow," just like some of you just did, because 3 million is a huge, huge number. But here we are moving on, and I'm still with the company, and I'm fortunate now to be on our flagship, the beautiful Regal Princess. And so the ships have got bigger, the Captain Circle program has got bigger, some of us have definitely got bigger, including myself. But the Captain Circle program now, I'm very proud to be able to come out and say we have a worldwide membership of over 10 million of you. So, thank you. And when I say thank you, of course, it is each and every single one of you is a part of that 10 million that we're so proud of. And the Captain Circle program wouldn't be the success that it is without you coming back time and again. Now, on board this cruise, just a small percentage of that 10 million are cruising with us. We have 1,558 of our Captain Circle members on board. 899 are our gold members. We have 311 of our ruby members, 271 platinum members. Where's my platinums this evening? There you all are. And most of you I know aspiring to that black card. So where's my 77 elite passengers this cruise, ladies and gentlemen? There they are. Have a look at them, ladies and gentlemen, because the one place you're not going to bump into them is in the laundry. Now, in a moment, we will be awarding our most travelled passengers for this cruise. But before that, I'm going to introduce you to somebody that you may have been to see already. Some of you might be planning on going to see her before you leave us. We call her the lady in the know, because she knows where all the ships are leaving from, where they're ending up, and everywhere they're stopping in between. So will you please welcome our future cruise consultant, the lovely Sandy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to all of you. Thank you for attending this evening, and I can say by very virtue of the fact that you're in this party tonight, welcome back. It's great to have you here. We really do appreciate that some of you come back so many times. It is never taken for granted, and we do enjoy having you here. Absolutely love inviting you back on board. If you don't know, this ship is relatively new. We came out in May last year. I was lucky enough to be in the inaugural team, go to the shipyard in Italy, in northern Italy, in Trieste, to pick the ship up. It was probably one of the highlights of my career, after being with Princess for 20 years, to be invited to be the first captain of this ship. Into the shipyard we went, had a couple of weeks to get familiar with the way around, try and learn all the new features and work out how on earth some of that equipment works. And then 10 o'clock on the 15th of May, my boss, or the chief executive of the company, phoned me up and said, Ed, it's ours now. Take it out of that shipyard and try not to scratch it. So far, so good. So far, so good. And I have to say, it was a wonderful thing to do, and I really, really enjoyed it. But I didn't enjoy it because it's the newest and the biggest ship in the Princess fleet. I enjoyed it so much because we had such a fantastic crew. That the team that set it up was so engaged in wanting to make this, what was effectively a piece of machinery, come to life and invite the passengers on board. The day after we took it out of the shipyard, and it was less than 24 hours after we embarked 2,000 passengers, and that is when the heart and soul of the ship began to beat, and it's been a wonderful thing to see ever since. Every couple of weeks, of course, we invite a new set of people on board and take them out to explore different places and enjoy the adventures. Well, thinking of adventure, travel is always an adventure. Sometimes we're lucky with the weather, sometimes we're not. Seems this cruise, it hasn't been quite so lucky as other cruises. But I do hope that despite some of the challenges that we've faced, of course, I know I have to be a bit careful when I'm speaking here, because I know some of you have only just joined yesterday or the day before in St. Petersburg. A few people should have joined in Warnemünde, but of course Warnemünde wasn't Warnemünde, it was Kiel. And the majority of you have probably joined us in Copenhagen. Whichever stage of the cruise we're on, we hope that you're having an absolutely fantastic time. Those two ladies over here, they've got Dawn, who takes care of your past cruising, and Sandy, who's there looking forward to taking care of your future cruising. Well, we, the ship's company here on board the Regal Princess, are to take care of you right now, and as far as I'm concerned, that's all that matters to me right now. We have such wonderful people, bands like Orpheum. There's so much going on board in the ship to make it all happen, and I often stop to reflect this. Coming in the door, so many of you said such lovely comments about the crew. Well, I always try and remember them, and I always try and pass them back, but luckily there's quite a few. But it is quite amazing on a ship when you stop to think about all the different things that happen to make your experience hopefully so enjoyable. So many from the musicians. This is what I love about my job. I mix with people like musicians and dancers, through to the technical staff, the engineers that do all that heavy machinery to make the propellers turn, to chefs that create such fantastic things. All the armies of people. There's so many different trades. We've got carpenters, we've got plumbers, we've got photographers, all these different things on board to make it. There's a lot of people doing a lot of administration as well. We never seem to get away without that point. We've got a couple at the back. Thank you very much for doing so. But whatever we do on board, we hope that we're doing it well, and we hope that you are enjoying it and managing to send you home with lots of happy memories. I'm incredibly proud to be the master of this ship. As I said, we picked it up from the shipyard last year, and it was because of the crew that I felt so engaged and so privileged to be here. And we're 1 year on, and I feel exactly the same today as I did the day that we picked the ship up in the shipyard that one year ago. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is our great pleasure and honour to have you on board, and this party is one that I always enjoy for many reasons. One, because it's an opportunity to meet you, and two, is because it's an opportunity for us to recognise you. And one of the recognitions we like to do, and Dawn is going to do it right now, is we like to give a little award and a prize to the first, second and third most travelled passengers on board the ship. It's always a pleasure to do that. So Dawn, shall we do it? And we're going to give away something. We're going to give away some champagne, would you believe? Wow.
Thank you very much. So now, as the captain said, we are going to announce our most travelled passengers for this cruise. This is calculated by the number of days spent sailing with us here at Princess. So firstly, if we could please have to the stage, in third place with 337 days, we have Akio Kukubo. And Mr. Kukubo, as well as being our third place most travelled this cruise, also celebrating his milestone 50th cruise with us as well. So that's a lot of cruising. Now, if we can please have to the stage in second place with 349 days with us, it's Seymour and Louise Peller. And Mr. and Mrs. Peller also celebrating a milestone this cruise, 57 years married. You'll have to ask them their secret after the party. Now, if we can please now have to the stage our winners this cruise. In first place, with 370 days, it's Michael and Debbie Hines. Congratulations there to Mr. and Mrs. Hines. Now, as the captain said, we are going to give away some free champagne. Is there anybody in the room tonight that would like to leave here with a bottle of free champagne? Okay. Oh, the rules. I'm sorry. If you're...
It's 9:33 at night. The sun is still up. It's 9:53 at night. And the sun is still out there. Amazing. $9:54 at night.
这个牌子都很好。